Surviving Sister Wives contains adult content that may not be suitable for Latter-day Saints or sinners. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Sister Wives.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly, and this is Special Forces Season 4, Episode 8, Evasion.
This is the day the surviving pod bracket broke. I'm not over it. I'm not okay with it.
Okay, but I'm going to say it's not our fault because we set our bracket.
We absolutely set our bracket, but I think it was before last week's results posted, so then it cleared out what we had set, and then we didn't double check. So this is a PSA to everyone with the Bracketology. Make sure you double check. Don't lose it here. We dropped from second place to 26th. It's over for us, you guys. It's over.
It doesn't matter because you guys are the ones who are going to win anyway.
Yes.
So it's okay that we took an L.
See, you're still in the running. Anything can happen. It's not over till it's over. Set those lineups.
Well, and we can say that technically what happened in this episode didn't break our bracket.
No, we broke our bracket.
Did that all on our own.
The bracket done broke already. It's gone.
This is another good Cody heavy episode.
Kind of. I mean, it's hard not to. There's only 6 people left. So yeah, he's a hefty majority of the screen time here based on just all the goofy things that are going on.
Well, it's day 8. Only 6 recruits remain. So we've got Cody, Gia, Brianna, Randall, Andrew, and Sean.
Yeah. And it's morning, first thing in the morning here, and they're calling for duty recruit. Who's duty recruit? It's Cody.
That was production's biggest mistake on the show so far, is they should have made him duty recruit a lot earlier.
Well, maybe they were trying to have him get established where he has an understanding of what the responsibilities are.
Nope.
That way he doesn't make a complete fool of himself. He's in a better position to understand the role and the responsibilities that are before him. But no, we still have him scrambling. Everything is an emergency. Everything is a reaction where he's hearing the call for duty recruit. So he sprints over to the DS area and is chit-chatting with them, kind of. He's bidding them good morning. I don't think you're supposed to be saying all this stuff to the DS. Just stand at the rock and be quiet.
No, they literally are just trying to tell him breakfast is ready. Can you go communicate that back to the other recruits?
Well, they asked him something. Oh, how's everybody doing? Because as your job as duty recruit, you need to let them know if anybody needs anything. Cody just tells him, everyone's a little sore, but we're happy to be here. Okay. Not necessary information.
I thought it was funny that Randall was impressed by how fast Cody runs whenever he gets called.
How he just drops everything.
Former NFL player cannot believe how fast this man is moving.
Oh, but breakfast is ready. So just go tell everybody. Oh, yeah. Okay. He goes and reports back to everyone. What does he tell them? The most important part of that interaction. I told the DS that everyone was a little sore, but we're happy to be here. And everybody's looking at each other. Sean's like, is breakfast ready? And Cody,
we just want to eat.
Oh, Cody's like, oh, yeah. Almost forgot. Yeah, of course. Breakfast is ready, too. So we could go in there and get some food. Okay.
That's literally the job.
Open with that. Start with the food, man.
It's not to talk about how great a job you did interacting with the DS.
Oh, you should have heard. He was so excited. I almost got a laugh out of him. I'm real close.
So now that there's only a few people left, the DS is starting to reevaluate. We're going into almost the final day here. This is the second to last day. We're going to start the interrogation soon. How's everybody looking?
To get to the end here, who do we think is really primed and ready to make it all the way to selection at this point? And they're talking about Cody, and their assessment is not much better than last week, where basically they're all agreeing he's real scattered. He's kind of all over the place. He's a loose cannon.
A little chaotic. I'd have him as the lead scout in a minefield, is what Billy said.
I would send Cody as lead. Because at first I thought they were saying like they wouldn't send him into a minefield because he's just all over the place. But then it's like, no, I think they were saying they would send him first into the minefield, because then you're just weaving and dodging and I don't know.
But is it also because if they have to sacrifice anybody on the team?
Expendable. You're expendable is basically what their assessment is at this point. Was it a compliment? Was it saying he's expendable? I guess that's up to you.
They all laughed, so I don't think it was a compliment.
The way they laughed, too, made it feel like, yeah, they're not looking to pin any medals on Cody's chest here by the end of this, but...
He does have some strengths. They say that...
if you want to call him that.
His ignorance and resilience are going to be the things that get him to the end here.
Sheer force of will. Just by just endurance alone. They are amazed with how much shit he can absorb, is what they said.
Years of practice.
Just, that's his whole life. Yeah. Just absorbing.
Going in today, this is going to be called the Sickener. That's the name of this challenge.
It's not a good name.
No, it doesn't sound great. The entire purpose of it is just to physically and mentally exhaust all of them before they go into the interrogation so that you're really at your lowest point.
Lowest point physically, and then a heightened state emotionally, too. They want to get you really riled up, dysregulate your nervous system, and then have you start making some decisions here.
So they call everyone on parade, and they give them one last chance. If you want to take your armband off, now's the time, because...
it's about to get a whole lot more stupider up in here.
And it does.
Oh, it's getting worse.
No one gives up.
Nobody, no staff. No thank you.
I can't believe there's 6 people left.
Well, and that's what they're saying is, okay, nobody right now, but we'll see. Because, we're going to head on out to the mission here.
They're going out to the highlands in the middle of Morocco. So it appears that this is a place of high elevation, just rock and a road running through it. And that's where we're going to start the mission today.
It's kind of set up like a mine over by the Shirachet Do.
That's what I thought.
It looks like.
My first thought was this is unfair yet again because Cody is doing something that he is skilled at. He lives in a higher elevation.
More things that he's trained for personally.
He just ran up and down that mine.
It is set up like that, but I don't think they don't have to do all those tasks. The related tasks. There's going to be a lot less dust. Maybe. I don't know. No guarantees. The Moroccan dust.
That's also why his lungs have adapted so easily to this environment.
Resilient.
It's not a good day for Brianna Chicken Fry.
She's struggling.
Yeah. Already while they were back at camp, she was saying, I'm not doing good, guys.
My legs hurt.
I don't think that I'm going to be at my peak performance level today.
My body's giving out.
And that kind of continues because they start with a run. So they have their bags on.
The Birkins.
I cannot stop my brain from defaulting to Birkins.
No, it's Birkins.
They're carrying their $20,000 Birkin bags.
They got their Burgalicious bags.
Like Ashley and Mary-Kate Olsen. And they're running up a hill.
It's a steep incline, too. Like, this is difficult terrain.
They put her in the front, so she's leading the pack.
Well, yeah, and then the DS isn't slowing down here. Rudy is off like a shot, and he's basically saying, keep up, and he just keeps getting further and further ahead of them.
I don't understand the love for Rudy, guys. There's so much of it in Discord every week. You guys are asking us if we can interview Rudy.
People are showing photos of Rudy in his younger days, and then mostly shirtless. And I think that's why people are into Rudy.
I can't get past the eyes. You know, he looks to me like in a horror movie when someone's eyes go black and then their face melts.
Uh-huh.
That's what I see when I look at him. He scares me the most. I know a lot of people are scared of Billy. I'm scared of Rudy.
I'm scared of Billy.
Especially after this challenge. I'm really scared of Rudy.
Oh, man. Well, Rudy's just a machine. So, yeah, he is just miles ahead of them now. Way up ahead. And then this is where we're getting Cody's just at the back of the group. He's like pushing Gia's Bergen on her backpack and just telling her to keep pushing, keep going. And we're getting Cody's aside interviews where he's talking about killing his inner wimp because there's those times where you just want to give up and you just got to push that aside.
I'm glad that he embraced that in his marriages, you know?
I think that's what he was upset with his wives, that they didn't do that. You didn't keep forging ahead.
You're saying he didn't do it either.
Keep suffering through.
God, Bree's probably so relieved that she's up in the front just so she doesn't have to hear everything that Cody's saying.
Opposite ends there, but she's basically ready to quit and they haven't even gotten like halfway up the hill here yet. And if you think you're tired now, you're literally about to get tired because you're going to have to pick up 2 tires.
So they trade the Bergens for 2 tires, each 30 pounds apiece. Sean can barely even hold them because they're so big in comparison to her body.
Well, you got to loop them, your arm through. They're basically doing one on each shoulder with your arm through to hold them.
I know, but Cody's, the bottom of the tire is like about where the bottom of his waist is. Sean's is like mid-calf.
She's going to trip over these things.
You got to keep running.
It's a concern.
Brie pissed me off at this point because she's, again, really having a hard time, especially with the heat because it's super hot out.
It's 100 degrees.
They've been running for a while now. They're running with weight yet again. But she's in the front and she keeps talking about how she can't do it anymore. She can't do this. She's not going to be able to finish.
She can't feel her legs. Yeah, she's like freaking out, basically, too, as part of this.
And they're all trying to tell her, stop saying that you can't and say that you can do it because you're psyching yourself out and making it worse for all of us. That was the part that nobody said.
When you're verbalizing it, you're just reminding me that I really don't want to be doing this and you keep taking me out of it. So like Sean is trying to figure out a way to use the tires to her advantage. If she can
roll herself,
roll up the hill, do something here. But then she has to keep hearing Brie complaining about how these tires, which weigh about the same amount as the Bergen. So like you just traded that out. So that's not too terrible of a swap, right? Because you took your Bergen off, you put the tires on, you've carried them up. So now drop the tires off, run back down and get your Bergens, and then do that whole middle section again with your Bergen. And it's like,
what do you think, that you're just going to get to leave your Bergen down there?
Yes, I was really
of course
looking
you're going back
forward
for
to
it.
that. I thought the concierge would bring them up after.
This is now a race to the finish because at first everybody was allowed to travel in a pack. They weren't supposed to break up. But now they're all trying to outpace one another to get to the finish.
It's an individual race. Who wants it? The next phase, we got to grab these big, heavy ropes. So all the guys grab an individual rope. And then when the ladies get up there, they're like, can we share the? Because I think Sean was first up. And she's like, I can't even lift this thing up. Like, the rope's as big as me.
Yeah, I think they were literally too big for most of the girls to carry, just like height-wise.
Just, sheer size and then weight, too. I don't even know how much these weighed, but they aren't
heavy.
light. Yeah, they look very heavy. It's
when
like
we
big
say
boat
rope,
yeah,
we're not really explaining it well. It's like, like a climbing rope.
Or like
in a gym,
for like a
but
boat.
3 times thicker.
It's like ship rope. Yeah. Like,
yes, for
this is nautical.
to hold on to a vessel to keep it from going out to sea.
I am the anchor now. Yeah, is like that's what's going on here. So luckily, I think the DS was kind of improvising where they were like, oh, okay, Sean and Gia, you both carry one. So grab either side of it here. And then Brie is bringing up the rear and she's like, can I get in on that too? Can I just grab this one too? Sure. All right. So all 3 of you are going to carry the rope together. One rope.
It was I think it was multiple. Was it one? Because it was super long.
I don't know if they just took turns. Well, I mean, like it was like one bunch of rope that they're all carrying at the same time.
Maybe it was all knotted up and they were like, fuck it, just carry the whole thing.
I don't know. Or did they send them back down to like grab a couple more? They had to do more laps of this. It didn't seem like, I don't know. They get to the worst part because if you thought that was the worst part, we're not there yet.
There's more.
The worst part, phase 3, we got a bunch of metal chains that we have to get up the hill too for this last leg of it here. So they just start piling chains on and everybody's throwing them over their neck, like around their neck, draped over their shoulders and down. But they're talking about 90 pounds, 90, 10 less than 100 pounds of chains.
So it's just the chain because they still have their Bergens on.
Just the chain because the Bergen, that's got to be at least like 60 pounds too, right?
Yeah. Sean almost falls backwards because she can't steady herself between the weight on her back and the weight around her neck.
At one point, Billy was going to put more chains on her, and she goes, sir, I already have 3 on. And he goes, good for you. Look at you. Now get going. And so she's like tipping over. She has between her Bergen and the chains, that has to be like her entire body weight.
It's more than her entire body weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how she's moving.
I don't know how she's still upright at this point.
I would have been upset when he said, okay, good for you that you have 3 chains on. Or
Look
like,
at
was
you.
2 an option?
Look at you.
Because I'll take one off.
No.
Am I doing too much
No,
by
here's
putting
more.
3 on?
That's what I know. That's what he's putting more on because it was like, oh no, I was trying to have less, sir.
It's obviously very difficult to run at this point because of the amount of weight that's weighing you down. But Cody has already thought out how he's going to do this strategically.
He's trained for this. The running on the incline, he knows the terrain and he knows how to work it the best. You have to look to nature.
Run like a billy goat. Take small steps.
Randall, take shorter steps, Randall, like a billy goat.
It would never cross my mind to tell an NFL football player how they should be running.
Take smaller steps, like a billy goat.
Also, how does he know this stuff? Did he do
From training.
extensive research as to how to best scale the side of a mountain while wearing multiple chains of iron?
This is all part of the training. Yeah, you have to understand your terrain and know how to excel in that.
I can tell you, I've never seen a billy goat run.
Yeah, I've never seen a billy goat with 90 pounds of chains around its neck.
We get the finishers. We have Andrew is first. He was just there trying to impress Sean.
For the most part, yeah.
I feel so bad for him. He seems to have really low self-esteem, and it does not seem like he should have
Well, and low
that
expectations.
low expectation of
yeah,
himself.
low expectations.
Cody comes in second. Then Randall. I guess Randall took too small of Billy Goat steps, and he ended up pacing behind Cody.
Small but not fast, yeah.
Gia, then Sean. The last one out there is Bree, and she's far behind everybody else.
150 yards to go because she's rounded. It kind of like winds its way up this incline. And so she's on like the last switchback where it's like, oh God, I still have to go all the way over there. Yes, you do. So she's losing it at this point. She's freaking out. She's overheating. The chains are too heavy. So she's like throwing stuff off. She's taking her Bergen off.
She almost throws her
She almost ripped the armband off, but Billy's getting in her face because he's like, what are you doing? Are you quitting? What's happening here? And so he kind of splashes water in her face and gets her recentered here a little bit to try to focus on, you're in the last final stretch here. Do you want to keep going? Keep going.
I thought that he like did the most trying to get her to keep going. Like I thought at this point there's 6 people left. Are you just going to be like, if you can't do it, then just rip your armband off?
Or I'm pulling it. Because then that was the last warning that he gives her, is because she stopped. She took all this stuff off and she's freaking out. And then basically he told her, put all this stuff back on, get centered again here, and get moving. Because if you stop again, I'm going to pull your armband. So he does give her like a very clear warning of like, if you stop again, it's over.
So she Billy Goats her way to the end.
She does. I mean, she's not moving quick, but she's still moving. So forward progress.
They all get in the cars and go back, and they're like, this cannot be the end. Randall knows. That was bad. There's no way that's the end of the torture today. So
they thought that like this mission wasn't over. So even when they're standing up there, like they had them keep the chains on, standing and waiting, because I think that was what they were waiting for, was everybody needs to finish before you can take the chains off. So then I feel like that
CrossFit.
would be, well, yeah, like I feel like that would be worse, is if you're already done and now you just have to stand there.
Stand still with all that weight on you.
With all the weight on you. I feel like that would be worse in some ways. But no, the DS has to remind them, you're 8 days in. There's only 6 of you left. You all should be happy to be here. You should be ecstatic with this. And Cody's like, yes, staff. Yes. I'm so thankful to be here. We are embracing the pain. Yes, thank you.
He really wants them to know how happy he is.
He's trying to.
Just be away from home.
That must be it.
This has been a welcome distraction from my regular life. Well, it's going to be reminded of home a little bit because it's time for the video letters that they get. So this is the point in the season where everybody gets to get a message from home, but there's also ulterior motives from the DS perspective, because they're going to watch them watch their videos.
Yes, they are keeping an eye on everything. And then they're pushing the emotional aspect. So this is trying to get that elevated, emotional, heightened response here before we really put them into the shit. And I think they want to see the difference of, does this break some people down? Does this make it harder for them? Or will this make it an encouraging message that they can push through and get to the end?
So Andrew and Sean each get their own video. Sean's had her parents in it and her kids, and we just saw the kids in Andrew's video. Gia's video is from Teresa. And the DS at first were like, interesting response from Gia. She doesn't really seem too excited to watch this.
Well, the interesting aspect that I thought too, we only heard them say this to Andrew, but they sat him down and he said, this is a message from your family. You can play it if you want. So like, do they give you the option to choose to not play that video?
I think it sounds like they do. But then what did the DS think of that if you don't watch your video?
Would the DS be upset by that? Or yeah, like, is that, I mean, everybody plays the videos. Gia kind of seemed like she was contemplating it a little bit at first.
Well, she has plenty of reason to be upset with Teresa since she bailed on her 2 episodes in.
I'm still upset with her too.
Yeah. Also, I feel robbed as an audience that we didn't get to see a video from Juicy Joe, from her dad. How dare they?
Is he still in prison?
No, he's in the
out.
Bahamas now.
Okay, right.
Bree's got her video from her aunt and her cousin. And then we get lovely Robin Brown making an appearance this episode.
There's a frown on the screen already because that's where the video
that's the
starts.
Thumbnail.
That's the thumbnail that's saved here. So as soon as Cody hits play, then she turns it on.
She's got the millennial pause.
Yeah, that's what was going on.
Why is she talking to him like he's a kid at summer camp?
Well, she starts it off with, hey, handsome.
Already we're lying.
Oh,
Not a good start.
Not good.
I'm sure you're making a lot of friends.
I'm sure you're charming everyone, impressing everyone, and making lots of friends. Like he's at sleepaway camp.
Wrong on all fronts. So far, everything she said, incorrect. This is really going to be a shock to the system when they see that last episode that aired where everyone was just making fun of Cody the whole time.
Also think it's odd. So the rest of the videos, then it's Bree got a video from...
It was her aunt and her cousin.
Aunt and her cousin. And then Randall had a video from his wife and their 3 kids.
So anyone who had kids, their kids were in the videos aside from Cody.
That's the note. That's the note to take here, is that all the other parents who are here, their kids were in the videos. And then instead we have, it's just Robin conveying that the kids are praying for him every night, but she doesn't want to expose the tenders to the life of television, even though they film their own segments all the time.
Literally since their births.
Yeah.
Maybe Cody was disappointed. Wouldn't you be if the kids weren't in the video? Everybody else is going to go back and talk about how they got to see their kids and he didn't. And those are the ones he wants to see.
The only ones. Yeah.
So now that we shook everybody up a little bit, especially Randall. Randall seems to not be doing well after watching the video of his family. They're going to go into this final mission before they have their interrogation. And there's some training that they're going to need at first because this is going to involve the use of a compass. You're going to have to navigate.
Well, yeah, we're splitting into teams. So we have Alpha and Bravo again. And then we're seeing, does anyone have any navigation experience? And Cody volunteers, well, yes, I've used a compass, but I've never known how to navigate with one. What else do you use a compass for then?
I'm trying to understand where could he have been that he used a compass, but the information he obtained from the compass he did not use to navigate. Is that what I'm comprehending from that?
I just like to see the needle spin around. It's like in Pocahontas, where the arrow points to your destiny.
Yeah, at some point, usually Janelle just shows up and starts looking at what direction the moss is growing on a tree, and that's when she turns Cody around. He needs his Earth Mama back.
Though. She turns him around for a couple of reasons. Gotta grab
Pull
onto
that ponytail.
Grab onto that ponytail for a ride.
They have to evade being captured. That's the entire point of this. So there's a lot of information.
Think of it as the Lehigh PD is doing an investigation into your family.
There's a drainage ditch at some point in this. Again, why is everything something that Cody has previously done?
He's been trained.
We need to send him to a different environment. Because they do this in different places. So maybe they need to go someplace cold.
Cold.
Get him out of his element.
Yeah. He wouldn't have known what to do. Oh, man. If Cody was cold, he would have been out in 2 episodes.
We know that. Yeah.
That's a fact.
That's why he never lived up to Wynn's expectations of him.
He wasn't a cowboy.
He's going to be a cold cowboy.
Not cold.
All of a sudden, there's explosions at camp. And that starts off the mission. So right away, everybody's in fight or flight. They come flying out of this. Cody gets stuck trying to launch himself over the back seat of the car.
Which is brutal, too, because as they were just lying around waiting in the barracks, Bree's talking about how her tummy's rumbling. She's getting anxiety.
She's getting the anxiety
She
poops.
feels like she's going to have to poop. And then there's just explosions. The base is under attack. You have to evacuate now. Oh, no. I'm going to shit my pants.
Okay, that's probably what would take me out of this. If I'm being honest.
VW.
I'm getting anxiety diarrhea.
I
need to leave.
I have a PW here. I have a poop withdrawal. I need to turn in my armband immediately.
IBSD.
My number 2 armband. I gotta go.
Hopefully she gets to do it before she shits her pants.
So now they're officially on the run. They're in the vehicles. They're escaping the base, which is under attack. And they're dropping Team Alpha and Bravo at opposite ends of a valley here. There's a couple of different villages that they have to kind of navigate through, but they're basically just plopping them near a road and then letting them know, hey, there's hostile people chasing you down, trying to find you. Don't let them find you.
You got to get to a store.
Well, you got to go to a rendezvous point, another rendezvous point, and then the safe house.
Right, but the first rendezvous point is a store.
Depending on which side of this that you're on, because I think Alpha was looking for a candy store and Bravo's looking for...
It was like a phone store.
Yeah, like a tech store. Like a Best Buy? I haven't seen a sign yet. Usually they're pretty well lit up.
Is it near the Kohl's or the TJ Maxx? See, this is where Robin would have excelled.
Yes.
I need to find my way to a store in the middle of a village.
I'm there, baby.
Just let me out on this road.
Just point me in the right direction here.
I don't even need the compass. I'll just head that way.
My instincts will guide me there. There's a store nearby?
Was Cody on Team Alpha or Bravo? They were Alpha, right?
Bravo.
Whatever. It's irrelevant.
I think it was Bravo.
It's Cody, Sean, and Bree. So
Yes.
they're the 2 unlucky ones that have been paired with him. And then the other team is Randall, Andrew, and Gia. Gia's breathing a sigh of relief this week.
Yes. And so basically what happens is Bravo starts off pretty bad and Alpha starts off pretty strong. So Bree, Sean, and Cody are wandering around. They're like on the road, walking around. Not good. People
After
will
they've
see
been
you.
told that you don't want to be spotted.
Don't be seen. Yeah. Keep a low profile. Get moving. They're walking through the roads. They're talking to locals, asking for directions. Do not do that.
That was all under Bree's leadership.
Right.
I just want to point that out.
Bree was making it abundantly clear to Cody before they even left the vehicle. Me and Sean are the brains. You're the brawn. Just let's leave it at that, okay? You're taking direction. Don't get any ideas. Don't think anything through. We'll make the decisions.
We'll do the thinking.
Yes.
Every time that he tried to speak up and say something, they were like, shut up, Cody.
No, Cody. No, we're not doing that.
Or we already said that.
But the confusing thing happens where Cody is basically saying the opposite. So they're saying, oh, we should stay on the road. And he's saying, no, that's going to draw too much attention. Or he's suggesting that someone scout ahead. Maybe we split up. No, Cody, we're not splitting up. We all need to stay together. So it's just like different ideas that are being pitched.
And of course he wanted to split up and not stay together.
Yeah.
He was going to ditch them.
He's the lone wolf. I'll see you at the rendezvous point.
Good luck.
Yes. Godspeed. They're really playing up the dynamic between Cody and Bree, though, because
Oh, she despises him.
she hates him. He knows that she doesn't like him. So then I think he's just trying to annoy her intentionally now at this point, a little bit too, to some extent.
Okay.
He was talking about in his ISO interview, what other people think about me has never been enough to make me change. Yeah, we know. We've seen it for years.
You know, maybe it's time to start taking some of that feedback to heart.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm going to point out this was a whole group of people, 17 other people. There were 18 people total when they started who did not know who Cody was.
Right.
And they all came to dislike him or think he's an idiot. including the DS. Maybe there's some self-reflection that we could take away from that.
Not this week. Yeah, we're looking for a store right now. We got to find the store.
Oh, there's a store.
I don't see a store. Oh, there's a store.
They're like, we already said that.
Yes, Cody.
We spotted it. Not you.
That's why we're walking this direction now.
So they make it to that first point, and then they get told that they have to travel along a dry riverbed to get to the next location.
So this is where Cody then has to argue the semantics of, is this a dry riverbed or is this an irrigation ditch?
You know, which was really rich coming from someone who was convinced that an irrigation ditch on his own property was a pond.
I wouldn't trust him for his assessment here.
He said, trust me, I know irrigation. From what? What are his credentials when it comes to irrigation?
Coyote Pass. Yeah, that's a big part of it. I mean, that's most of the experience.
He never lived on the property.
No. But he has tons of experience with it.
So he's just going to take a little piss over in this empty irrigation ditch.
If you're American in the barracks and you're British in the vehicles, what are you in the dried up irrigation ditch?
Is that a joke? Is there a punchline?
European.
Oh, no. I hated that. Thank you.
No, wait. It's I think you have to go by continents. So you have to say, if you're Asian in the barracks, if you're African in the vehicle, what are you in the drainage ditch? European.
Okay, let's leave that there. I hope they don't think I'm just a jackass.
Hold on, ladies. I'm draining the snake. I gotta hit the head.
They're so grossed out that he's peeing. They're like, can you just hold it? Pee your pants. I don't care. We're continuing to move. Only going to further draw attention to yourself.
Yeah, are you allowed to just pee in this? And then to be like, oh, I know irrigation ditches. This is used for crops and primary. I'm going to pee in it. It's like, this is clearly an irrigation ditch.
I hope that I don't impact the local ecosystem.
No care, no thought.
His pee has to be toxic.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it reeks, too. Everything else about him just stinks.
Maybe that's why they were like, fall behind.
I can't be downwind of this. Let me get my compass out so I can redirect around Cody's pee.
They do eventually get to where they need to be going, which there's a mosque in the middle of this village, and that's where they're supposed to be navigating to. Cody almost sends them the complete opposite direction further into the woods. And Bree's like, I'm pretty sure we're not going to happen across a mosque in the middle of a densely wooded area. So let's go the other direction.
I've been to a few mosques that are deep in the woods. I can't say that it's been completely out of my experience.
Look, you never know. Maybe somebody came through here and logged a whole area.
I've cleared quite a few trees. Enough space to build a mosque.
The sad part is they get to the right place and they all stand outside and look at each other about like, oh, should we be going in? Bree's convinced this is the safe house.
This is the safe house. Yeah, like Bree is very sure of that.
Sean starts to doubt it. What if it's a trick?
Sean's like, no, something feels off. Something feels wrong. Something's going on. And then Cody's just looking around, just happy to be here. He has no input on this part of the decision-making process now.
You see, this is Cody Brown coming out. This is who he is, where he's not in a leadership position because he's also not sure what to do. So he just defaults to letting the women work it out between them.
And they were in agreement this whole time. So he was arguing against them this whole time. Now that they're in disagreement, he has nothing to say.
He doesn't want to be the deciding factor here because what if he makes the wrong decision?
Right.
So they wait long enough that they eventually just get captured outside of the mosque.
They were right there, man. They were right at the safe house. And I mean, things don't go much better for Team Alpha. At one point, they were 50 meters away from their second rendezvous point, and then they doubled back, retraced their steps over a mile to go back to the town that they were just at again. And then they almost got captured all the way back there, and they were like, oh, crap, we got to get out of here.
Right. They know that they're being followed. So why would you retrace the exact steps that you took to get to where you're at?
Do not double back. Yeah, even if you're going, like, you're not sure what direction you're going, keep going away from where you just were. Like, just forward progress. Again, that's the main goal here. But now everybody gets captured. There's dogs. There's bags over the head. There's zip tying the hands.
It's dark. because they're in the middle
scary.
of this village. They don't know where they are. Randall starts to panic. He definitely had an anxiety attack.
He was freaking out. Like, he was wiping at his face and his mouth, and then they put the bag over his head. So I think he was already like on the verge of really freaking out.
Yeah,
and
couldn't
then
breathe.
Yeah, and then when the bag over the head and zip tying his hands above his head, that's when he was like, VW, VW, and he pulls his armband off, and he's ready to get out of here.
I know, they're like, are you sure?
Yep. Yeah, I freaked out.
Yep, I'm done.
Yep.
He said it just felt too real.
Yeah, it was like terrifying. Well, at that point, that was what Billy is talking about, because Billy is the person of the DS who has had personal experience being captured before. And it's the most terrifying thing that's ever happened, right? Is because all these thoughts go rushing through your head, and there's the panic and the dogs barking and just all these different things where he was really freaked out. I mean, he's been having PTSD dreams since the tunnel a few weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, Randall's been like high
mentally
stress.
On the barrier, like the border here of being ready to leave because of it.
He's been struggling. Yeah,
he's been teetering on the edge.
Yeah, ready, looking for a reason, and this was the reason.
That just sucks, though, because they have 12 hours left.
I mean, again,
it's not gonna be an easy 12 hours.
It's like Chanel. It's like you see what you VW before, and you got to be thankful that you left when you did, because next week does not look like a bag of fun.
Do we think that Cody is going to get through all of the torture before they pull him in for the interrogation? Part of it is the sound of a baby crying.
I think he's heard that a lot in his life, right?
I don't know. He usually...
all the tenders?
Leaves it to the wives to take care of that.
Yeah, but he hears it, you know? It's like around him. He just chooses to ignore it. So yeah, he's been training his whole life for that.
Unfair yet again. He's not going to do well if they have a woman interrogate him. I think even if they have a man interrogate him, he's going to try to impress them too much.
Get too friendly.
Yeah, and his personality, he's not good at winning people over.
Which that is the main challenge in interrogations. We went back to, what was that, season 2, which Cody shares the number of Tom Sandoval, recruit number 4. So this is interesting. We caught that repeat there. And that was where, spoiler for that season, Tom Sandoval did not do well in the interrogation at all, because he just clams up and was not engaging at all with anything. He was just being very standoffish. Cody looks like he's getting upset in a few different spots where they're like grabbing him and yelling at him and getting in his face and stuff. They're like dumping stuff on Brianna Chicken Fry's head.
They're making Andrew dunk Sean into a container of water.
Andrew has checked out at that point too. He looks so sad doing this, where he's just, they're like holding his hand to push her down, and he's just like watching it happen, like out of body experience of what's going on.
It doesn't look good. It's going to be a really, really, really hard episode to get through.
That'll be a rough finish. Yes, for sure. Don't forget to set your brackets, though.
Yeah, don't forget. Remember, there's supposed to be there's some prizes involved for the top 3. Is that we decided on?
Sure, yeah.
All right,
that
top 3 on the brackets. So make sure you set your lineups, especially if you're up at the top. And if you're not, it doesn't matter, because a wrong pick can really send you plummeting to the bottom of the scoreboard.
Make or break. Yeah, this is the time. Well, the main reason we forgot to set the bracket or double check the bracket this week was because we were working overtime on the Mom Talk Marathon over on Surviving Reality. So make sure you check that out. We've got recaps of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, dropping 2 episodes every day, all weekend into the beginning of next week. Make sure you don't miss that.
Will Mom Talk survive this?
Probably. Who do you think would do the best from Mom Talk on Special Forces? Because you have your theory of the person with the most trauma who's able to dissociate the best. Who do you think that would be from Mom Talk?
Michaela.
Oh, okay. See, I think she would be like
okay,
I'll VW. She'll like, VW too quick.
I'm ready to go. I think Whitney is deranged enough to get through it.
I think Whitney is hungry enough for it, and Taylor would not do well because she would fight back. Like, she wouldn't like the DS getting in her face, and she wouldn't stop talking back.
I could go home and just hook up with Dakota again.
Right.
Maybe I'll go do that.
He's already at the hotel waiting for me.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.